of the first college football playoff game of the day. Alabama taking on Notre Dame. 21-7, Alabama. I got to say, credit to Notre Dame for keeping it within 14. It was 14 after the first quarter, and it's 14 after the second quarter. Notre Dame got that touchdown, and then they actually stopped Alabama offense once. So it'll be interesting to see. Alabama's only got the ball 3 times. The Notre Dame offense has held on to the ball pretty effectively. Alabama's offense has had the ball 4 times, and that's it. So it's been pretty amazing that Notre Dame has been able to stay in this game. They were able to effectively run the ball on Alabama, and that's how they've done it. The passing game has been non-existent for Notre Dame. I don't know what Book's numbers are. We'll have to take a look here and see exactly what Book's numbers are for the game. But I'm going to guess he has less than. He's 10 of 13 for 84 yards.
Susan?
Oh, I'm looking for coupon codes.
Well, he's 10 of 13 for 84 yards. So let's see what we can get as far as second half bets on this Alabama Notre Dame game. So the second half line is indicative of the overall line in the game. Alabama 10-point favorites here in the second half, minus 115. Got to remember the Tide gets the ball to start the second half, and Notre Dame only stopped them that one time. They did stop them pretty good though. You have to say that. And the total is set at 31. The Alabama team total is at 20.5. You know we love that. They scored 21 in the first half, and I don't think they played their best football on either side of the ball. They had the one drive that would have started inside their own 10. I love Alabama here if people want the pick already. I'd love Alabama minus the 10. I like the team total for Alabama at over 20.5. I like those a lot. I think we can go for the total in the game of over 31 as well. So I think those are our bets here. We'll go Alabama minus 10, over 31, Alabama team total over 20.5. So that's what we'll do. I think those are the plays to get it rolling here for the second half, and I don't see any reason not to. So all of these lines have moved. Minus 10 is now minus 130. The total at 31 is now minus 120, and the Alabama team total is at minus 140. So a lot of pressure, and now they've changed again. Alabama minus 10.5 now for the second half. I still like it. And the Alabama team total has gone from 20 to 21, but less juice. So let's see what happened here. And that's where I'm at, though. So now we are at Alabama minus 10.5 at minus 110. I like that still. Alabama, the total 31, and now the Alabama team total is at 21 at minus 125. And I still didn't get one of them in. So there is a lot of money coming in here on the Tide, a lot of money with us here. If you want to hedge out, this is the time to do it. But let's see what happened. So we lost 2 of these bets. I'm not sure what they are. We're going to find out what they are. We did not get the, so we didn't get the Alabama or the team total in. So we're going to have to go back and see if we can get these bets. I think Bama's playing well. Here's a guy with a good life. Mac Jones, quarterback for Alabama. Wow, he took all the time, created a YouTube account, put my picture in there. Let's just do illegal things. That's fun. Let's just do cyberbullying and illegal things. Happy New Year to you too. I do appreciate that you took the time that we touched your life enough that you took the time to do that. We appreciate that. And that just tells us we're doing something right. That's awesome. They took the time, went in, pirated my picture, right? So it's impersonation, and then, all illegal stuff. So it's Alabama -10, and then the team total are the bets we didn't get. I like the over. I like Alabama and the Alabama team total over. So it was Alabama -10. We had to pay -130 on that. And the Alabama team total, we did get it at 20.5, but we had to pay juice up on that as well. I took the Patriots to beat the Rams in the Super Bowl. That's awesome. I love the people. It's like I win 100% of the bets I get to make after the game is over. Yeah, Alabama gets the ball here to start the second half. I go to bed at 8:30. So I couldn't tell you. In order to do all the stuff that I do, 8:30 is my bedtime. Thank you, guys. Thank you for showing up. We appreciate it. Of course, be sure to hit the like button wherever you're watching. Yeah, we're on the over second half. We took Alabama. Team total over and game over second half. I just, Notre Dame did get the stop. But I don't even know what this is. Sniper gang. It's creative. Can't use your real name. Just reading through the comments here. I think, I have to give a lot of credit to Notre Dame so far. I have to give a lot of credit to them. Are you going to talk? Well, I'm trying to get my bets in too. I'm not. You guys aren't the only ones betting. I'm trying to bet too. But I think Alabama's just getting started. Notre Dame's done a really nice job keeping the ball away from them. What's the time of possession in this one? So the time of possession. See, Notre Dame has dominated the time of possession, 17:45. The Alabama scoring drives were fast. How about that Devonta Smith, man? Both those touchdowns were crazy good. Notre Dame converting 5 first downs. And Alabama 3 of 4. The only one they didn't convert was that one right before the half. Where Notre Dame, that field goal attempt, that was pathetic. Those of us that have Alabama, if Notre Dame hits that field goal, man, that could get a little dicey for us, but I don't think so. Notre Dame, 24 rushes in that first half. 24 rushes and 13 passes. 4.4 yards per carry, while Alabama, 8.1 yards per carry on 12 carries. I mean, the first few drives, Alabama was 8 yards a play every single time. Bama -10. I always like sides better than totals. I don't think Notre Dame's going to be able to chew the clock because Alabama's, if they come out right in the second half, Alabama gets the ball. Remember the opening kickoff? The Alabama guy hit the Notre Dame guy. Man, if they recover that fumble right there, it's game over, right? But, Alabama gets the ball to start the second half. They come down and score another touchdown on them. It's a 21-point lead. running starts to not become an option, at that point. What becomes an option is passing plays and onside kicks. And that's when you get into trouble. And that's why the lines are where they are. And we'll refresh the lines and take a look. Be sure to hit the like button. I appreciate it. Helps us a ton. Costs you absolutely zip. I never charge for my live shows. People say I should. Make it a membership thing. YouTube offers it. I don't do it. So all I ask is that you hit the like button. We got 73 likes and 522 people watching. They're gaining momentum. Yeah, that field goal looked like a lot of momentum gained. That was weak, man. Alabama gets the ball to start the second half. Thumbs up. Be sure to hit the like button. Oh, you got to give credit to Cincinnati, but there's no way they were going to win that game. Did you notice, the first play of the game, their left tackle got thrown out of the game? It was there's no way they're going to let these guys win. Yeah, that's the whole thing, is that if you're going to run clock, you have to be able to at least stop Alabama, and that's why the time of possession is so skewed, with Notre Dame having nearly 18 minutes the ball of the first half. But Alabama had trouble stopping that run. They refused to... Alabama refuses to commit to stopping that run. They haven't done it, and I imagine they're going to make a halftime adjustment here. Whatever happened to the bands at halftime that they had? Remember the Imagine Dragons when Clemson whooped up on Alabama? That was one of the best. We've had some great halftime people. You guys are the ones that have to tell me who half these guys are, but man, some of these guys are really good. Happy New Year to everybody out there. I don't even know what that means. Touched your life. I don't know what that means. I took the over. Has Indian Cowboy been talking smack about me? I mean, he works for the biggest scam artist out there, right? He works, the guys, they don't show their record, right? At Doc Sports. They don't show the records. If they don't have it, documented picks. So he can talk all the smack he wants. What smack did he talk about me? Show me the video where he talks smack about me. We'll talk smack about those guys all day long. Too easy, man. Let's just say what our record is. We don't win them all, that's for sure. We don't even have winning days all the time. We don't sit there and just post a record and say, take our word for it. Like they do at Doc Sports. So if he's talking smack about me, I don't know the guy. I've never met him. But if he wants to talk smack about me, he can talk smack. I'd love to see it, though. Can't really endorse sports books on our channel, on our show, or in our Facebook group, but we do have sports books on our website that you can use if you're in a state that has legal sports betting in the United States. That's the way of the world these days. You're not even allowed to endorse any of those other things, and that's why we're such assholes about it in the Facebook group, because we could lose our license in order to endorse the U.S. sports books if we endorse the offshore sports books. We'll probably get deals with European sports books and other legal sports books, but the offshore sports books, we can't work with them. Notre Dame hasn't been elite since the 50s. Thank you, guys. We're on Alabama and the over, as well as the team total over. Be sure to smash the like button. I don't know if Brian's drinking or not. I don't know. We saw the Alabama-Georgia game looked like this, but Georgia was actually winning at halftime. And we saw Alabama come out and score 70 points in the second half. We've seen some massive second halves from Alabama this year. Massive. Yeah, that was a great hurdle, right? By Nige. Like I said this morning, he would be a star on any team. He would be the guy, a Heisman candidate. No, we're not going to do spread knowledge today. I'm in the studio still. I'm still doing videos. You know, see how many college basketball games there are tomorrow? Just the good games. Kansas, Texas, Creighton, Providence. I'm only on the early games because I did the NBA and then the college football for tomorrow. But I did Creighton, Providence so far. I did Missouri, Arkansas, Louisville, Boston College, Texas, Kansas. I still have St. John's, DePaul. I've got Baylor, Iowa State, TCU, Kansas State. Might not do that one. Virginia Tech, Virginia, Miami, Clemson, Florida, LSU, Rutgers, Iowa, Davidson, VCU. So many games. That's only up to like 2 o'clock Eastern. USC, Utah, Notre Dame, North Carolina, San Diego State, Colorado State, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, West Virginia. It goes on and on and on. That's only up to 4 o'clock Eastern time. I mean, it goes on and on and on tomorrow. Well, I'm glad you won. You can only hit the like once per person. I don't know. I gave out the under in Ohio State Clemson as my free pick. We saw a lower scoring game last year. I think we will tonight. Doc Sports they don't show their record. Why wouldn't they show their record? Right? We show our record, good or bad. I could tell you, my college basketball, I was on a heater of heaters. Lately, not so good, And that's the nature of the beast. If you're honest and you're a real, handicapper or sports bettor or anything like that, you go on hot streaks, you go on cold streaks. The difference between professional bettors and amateur bettors is the cold streaks, the damage is less in the cold streaks, and the hot streaks are better. That's the only difference. It's still hot streaks and cold streaks. It's just bigger hot streaks, smaller cold streaks. That's the only difference. It's called, you got to be honest, though. If by not showing your record, I don't consider that. Like, we show our record because we want to be transparent and honest. I understand when people buy picks, they spend their hard-earned money. When people buy picks and they lose, no one feels worse than me. And most people will tell you, yeah, I don't think Indian Cowboy would say anything about me because personally, in the past, we've never had any issue with each other. So like Wade at Doc Sports, him and I, Wade will say he has no enemies, and I will say you have one, me. I just don't like him personally. He's not someone that I personally trust. So, you could trust him if you want. I'm not saying he's not trustworthy. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying I personally do not trust him or believe one word that he says. I'm not saying that other people that do are idiots or anything like that. I would never say that. I would just say I would do not trust that guy. I've given him chances. Anyways, no reason to talk about those guys. Let's talk about Alabama. I didn't say that. I didn't say don't trust them. I said you can do whatever you want. I don't personally. Because I know them. He's on a lot of radio and stuff. I don't personally know him. I know a friend of mine in Miami. He lives in Florida. So a friend of mine in Miami ran into him, and he tried to introduce us, and he didn't want to meet me. So I'm fine with that, I don't know. He's on covers. I don't know. I don't do a lot of that other stuff. I have tons of emails and stuff from radio, TV stations. I just like doing our own thing, right? It's like this way we get to call the shots. If we feel like telling someone to go fuck themselves, we tell them to go fuck themselves. We don't have to worry about like, oh my God, Mitch just told someone to fuck themselves again. Mitch is a name caller, which he is. What's the pick? The pick is Alabama, the Alabama team total over, and the over. Those are the picks. Yes. Over. If that's your pick, you should put it in the Facebook group. Probably some good discussion going on there about it. Had it all the way. If Alabama comes right down the field and drives down and scores a touchdown, this game is over. This game will be over. I would say if there's no flags on this Alabama drive right here that comes out in the second half, no flags, no turnovers, this game is probably over. Thank you. Of course, without you guys, I'd be talking to myself. I don't even understand what this is. Are you talking about me? I don't know. Say it clearly, please. Tiger, Clippers, Hornets. So Clemson Tigers, I'm going to guess. Clemson Tigers, Clippers, Hornets. Money line. Clemson's a 7-point favorite. I don't know what that money line is. Probably like minus 200. Two different style of running backs. It's splitting hairs. I would say I like Etienne's home run. You know that he's a home run hitter. I'll tell you what. I really have to get back to the videos. They're kicking off for the second half. Let's watch the opening Alabama drive together and see what happens here. And we'll just stay until whatever happens with the Alabama drive. If it's 3 and out, we go to the punt. Notre Dame gets the ball, and we're out of here. If it goes to a touchdown, we go all the way to the touchdown. Whatever the case may be. We'll just hang out and watch the first half together. If you're interested, hang out and stay. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Oh, no. I'll see you guys in a few hours. We're going to do Clemson, Ohio State halftime, the Sugar Bowl. Man, that stadium is so big, that Texas stadium, that Jerry World. It looks even bigger with no fans, right? It looks just gigantic. We should do spread knowledge early tomorrow. I'll try and do it before the show. Yes, he has. Every video he posts every week. He says something about me, personally. 1 minute. I'm waiting. I'm here. I would love to know what he says about me. Alabama, it's a touchback here for Alabama. My free pick is the under. I have a premium pick on and I can't give it out. Recap. Alabama over and over. I don't know Vegas Dave. I really know very little about him. I've never seen any of his videos or any of his little live shows. Nothing. So Nijay for about 3 yards there. So pretty good stop by Notre Dame. They don't get it, but the thing about that tackle right there, that last guy doesn't get him, so he got 2 yards on that run. And if that guy doesn't get him, that's a touchdown. It was a shoestring tackle there. He doesn't get him, it's a touchdown. But anyway, 2nd and 8 here for the Crimson Tide. Snap back, and Mac Jones clapping his hands. Must be excited about something. Got about 10 seconds left to snap it. Notre Dame, doing whatever. Mac Jones fakes it. The guy turns around. Oh, boy. That is Devonta Smith with a catch at the 50. I mean, he made it look easy. Like, really easy. It looked like the Notre Dame defender had a chance to grab the ball, but he had no chance whatsoever. Oh, he does? What does he say? That he's too lazy to do that many? Is that what he says? Or he says pick dogs? Does he say pick dogs? Because we'll start ripping him a new asshole on here. We'll start looking at it. We'll start looking at his real record. which I know has been hideous at times, like really bad. No, I'm the only one that does a ton of videos. I post so many leans. Yeah, he's terrible. I mean, he works for a site that's going down the tubes, right? And the people that won't give their record. We're going to start calling him a shithead on our show from now on. So, anyways, Mac Jones passes it out to Nijay. It looked like they were going to be in trouble, but now it is third and 2 or 3, and they're at that weird part of the field. You know? I don't criticize Indian Cowboy for working, for people that won't show their record, right? They won't stand behind their picks, right? They won't show you documented if they've won or lost. They just, hey, take our word for it. That they need to give away $60 in picks every day. It's the only way they can get people to do it, right? We don't run sales. We don't run coupons. We don't run specials because we just keep it fair and honest to begin with. So Kyle from Cappers Direct, him and I, we have a thing where we just don't bash each other at all. It's kind of like we're not like friends, like call each other up and hang out friends, but we're not enemies. We just kind of coexist. I don't know his stuff though because I don't watch a show. I don't have time for it. He's asked me to be on the show. I'm not 100% opposed to it, but I haven't had time to do it either. Mac Jones does the weirdest fake handoffs. Oh, my gosh. So he tried to just dump one off to Nijay, and Nijay dropped it. It would have probably been a big gainer. But he does the weirdest fake. It's like the back has already passed him, and he, like, fakes to his back. He did it there again. But Nijay, Nijay was looking down the field on that one. His eyes were already looking down the field, not at the ball. So it's 2nd and 10 here for the Tide. They are at I don't know what yard lane they're at. They're at about 37. It's a handoff to Harris. He runs into traffic. And now it is 3rd and long. Probably 3rd and 11. This is where the rubber meets the road. I know what I would do if I was Alabama. I would throw it in the general vicinity of Devonta Smith. But they have other guys too. Well, I mean, he had that bad fall in the end zone. Oh, no, we're not going to ignore him. We're going to start ripping into him is what we're going to do. Oh, so Mac Jones throws the pass. He completes it to himself. Alabama's going to have to punt. Wow. This will be a big defensive stand for us. Can either have to, we don't make the stop here, we will be in trouble. I care. He's just jealous. Anyways, so Alabama's punted. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. I'll see you guys halftime of the Clemson-Ohio State game.